Hey there, ghosts and ghouls, Warlock Boo here, and today on my Let's Review, I'm doing my first Patreon video! Yay! Someone cares enough about my opinion that they paid me to review something! That's terrifying. I have power now! People care about what I think. Alright, now I should really talk about what I was paid to talk about. I'm going to be reviewing Mysticons. Yes, Mysticons. The new show on Nickelodeon. Now, I saw this show. When I saw the first, how it would look and stuff, I was like, oh, this is going to be painful. But then I watched the theme song. It was painful. And the first couple seconds were painful. But then it got interesting, actually. Very interesting, in fact. Now, I'm going to say this. This isn't a show I'm going to watch on a daily basis, but when my daughter has it on, I'll sit there and watch it with her. Yeah, it's interesting enough to keep my attention and make me go, oh, I didn't see that coming. It's quite neat, actually. The concept of the show is there are 4 girls with magical powers. Yes, it's a magical girl trope show. And, yes... No, actually, it does some different things with it. For instance, in the show, when they do their big magic girl transformation, their hair changes. Not just design, it changes length and completely styles. Their skin color changes just a bit, and their eyes change a bit, just to throw you off on who they originally were. And I'm like, that's actually kind of cool. They thought out, hey, how are people not going to notice who they really are? And they went, let's change some stuff. I was like, that's kind of cool. Now, the characters themselves are, the 4 characters is a princess who becomes Dragon Mage, leader of the Mysticons, who is actually quite stressed and terrified because her parents have been turned to stone. Her brother, who she does not get along with, is now going to be the new king, and she has to try and figure out how to free them, while leading this 4 people against an army of undead. And when I say undead, I mean shambling skeletons that look quite freaky as hell. And a very powerful, evil, corrupted wizard, trying to resurrect the Shadow Queen or Dark Queen or something along that line. So that gives her some interesting thing. She also has to worry about trying to do everything herself, which is a nice little thing to add. Next, we have a rogue who becomes the Mysticon warden or stalker or something, whose beast persona is a wolf, and she's an archer. She has to get over not trusting authority figures. She doesn't trust the princess. She doesn't trust the princess's right hand, who's also Mysticon, which I'll get into in a minute. And she also has to get used to working with a team. She's a little better at it than the princesses. Next, we have an elf, who is basically Pinkie Pie, but not as good. That is the best way I can explain it. Every girl show now has to have a Pinkie Pie. I don't know why, but it's a little annoying. She herself is a bit annoying, over-pessimistic, over-happy, oh, we can do it, this is so much fun. Yeah, she's a little annoying. But her animal changes, a phoenix, I think. She uses these blade rings she throws with fire. It's strange. The last one is actually, to me, the most interesting concept. Her animal is the unicorn, but her weapon is a sword and shield, and she's a dwarf. I mean, a freaking dwarf, a literal dwarf. Hi-ho, off to work we go, dwarf. That's cool. And her style is different than a usual girl. Her style is half her head shaved with the long ponytail on the other end. A more punk rocky style. She's more of a quieter character that would rather just follow orders and do as she's told and tries to make people feel better. But at the same time, she is a dwarf. She is rock hard and tough when it comes to combat. She has her shield. She will do anything if someone's in trouble and stand in front of it. I found her brilliantly interesting. Why she's represented by a unicorn, I have no freaking clue. Maybe it's because of she's always there? I don't know. Maybe it's because she has a sword. They have razor-sharp horns to stab people with. Sorry. Unicorns always struck me as scary because they got horns and they're wild horses. They'll stab you, motherfucker. But I digress. The characters, as I said, are interesting, and the dwarf has to handle her normal life. Her parents really don't want her doing this. She doesn't get along with her father, and her mother is kind of overbearing and just over the top, but they love her. And I kind of like this dynamic with the characters. They show how their family works. They show them with different sides of personality. There are two other main characters. There's a wizard, a younger African-American man, who is just joined the council, and sister has become the bad guy, one of the main bad guys. He is very laid back and very powerful. The problem with him is he's supposed to be tutoring them, but he doesn't like to work hard. And he's so young, it's weird for him to have to tutor them. He is I do like him though. It is an interesting role, and he's having to learn to fill it. And then there's his assistant, who is a giant cyclops who likes metal music and is just the happiest guy you'll ever meet. Now, this is how you do a happy-go-lucky character. This cyclops is just happy. He's always cheerful, but at the same time, he's not just going to do something stupid like the Pinkie Pie wannabe here. Now, the art on this show. Oh, the art on this show. Oh, my God. When people say flash animation or whatevers, this is what they think of. The art is not good. No, not good. And then they combine it with some weird CGI backgrounds to make it more of a 3D feel, but they're not good. They look horrible. Although they do use it for some neat fight scenes. Like at one point, they're fighting on this floating train, and it actually shows them running around with the neat 3D turning as it's going, and that looks cool. But it's not enough to really save the art. The art is horrendous to me. It's just bad. Now, the world is what really struck me as interesting. My Little Pony has Equestria, and I love the way it's laid out. It's unique, it has its own lore, its own time period. This does the same. Beginning of the show shows two fairies flying through some trees, and then mud smacks them, and they fall on the ground and start shaking their fists, chanting something, as two flying cars shoot down the road. Turns out they were just sitting in the park, and the cars drove by and splashed mud on them. This is a perfect urban fantasy style. Futuristic, modern, and magic, all smashed together. There's flying cars. There's these weird monorails that go between buildings to buildings with these ropes and rope cars that go down them. And the good guys use it to swing down to get down places real quick. It looks really cool. The whole setup is just interesting. The world is fantastic. It's something I'm kind of shocked they went to this length. And I kind of enjoy that. It's showing they're thinking, oh, kids really could like the background history, how this works, how this looks, and it's not just a generic setup. And that does show they tried. This whole show feels like they tried. They're really trying on this. They're trying to make something unique, different. And you can tell they found inspiration from a lot of the more modernized girl shows. One thing in the most recent years is girl space shows aimed at girls, teenage girls, adult girls, whatever, has taken a drastic turn. They're not, oh, friendship needs this, we need to do this and get boys and makeup and and care and love. No, we're gonna fucking beat the shit out of you and make you our friend. That's more of the styling. We got Star Butterfly, who on the outside kind of looks like the traditional, but inside she isn't. She's go-getter. She wants to do it. She's a little psychotic. Got My Little Pony. They're not afraid to kill the bad guy. I mean, really, they're not. But yet they're going to let them reform if they feel they can. And I like that turn in shows like that. They make it from being just focused for girls to focused for everyone, and it just happens to have a girl main character and sometimes deal with some more problems based towards girls. But yet a boy or an adult can watch it and go, oh, that's pretty good. That's actually quite interesting and like it. And I enjoy that. And this feels like it's trying to be like that. It doesn't fail, but it doesn't come as close as they did. It is a little hard to watch in parts. A lot of the jokes fall flat. But they do have some twists and turns I didn't see coming because they set it up so you wouldn't. I mean, if you really dig deep, you can see it coming. But at the same time, you're watching it casually. You're like, oh, I didn't actually see that being the bad guy. Huh. Now, the bad guys. They are an undead skeletal horde that actually look kind of freaky. Led by a giant menacing skeleton who can turn people into stone, and a very powerful wizard that betrayed the good wizards. They're trying to resurrect the Shadow Queen, Dark Queen, something like that. I don't know why. They haven't gone into detail. But to do it, they needed this amulet that turned the characters into the Mysticons. And now they need the books that the amulet has revealed to them to give them great power. They have to find these books to gain new powers. It's kind of that style, you know, find this to get new power. Yeah, we can sell toys off this, but I'm alright with that. They're doing pretty good. Now, the show, yeah, it's a good show. I mean, I'm not going to watch it every week. I'm not, probably only if I catch it on and my daughter's sitting there watching it. It's not something I'm going to go looking for. But I would say, yeah, give it first couple episodes a view. It's pretty good. If you like it, I'm glad for you. It's good. It's pretty good. Interesting background, interesting characters. Stories a little feels bland and laid off, and the artwork's, yeah, I'm not going into that anymore. But yeah, give it a look. Give it a shot. I'd suggest it on a rating of 1 to 10. I'd give it a 7. A solid 7, and if they keep up, it probably will get better next season. I mean, yeah, it's generally good. But this has been Warlock Boo, and I want to know what you think. Do you like this? Do you not like this? Do you think it's a weird, stupid, girly cartoon on Nickelodeon? Or maybe it's something to start Nickelodeon back on the right track to putting out quality content again, because God knows we've needed it. Loud House is a good big step, and so is Ninja Turtles and their Returning of Invaders Zim, but they need to do more. And I'm hoping this is a good step towards it. But tell me what you think down below, and if you like this, hit the like button and subscribe to me. I do these a lot. And if you want me to review what you want to, click on that Patreon, and you can support me and get what you wanted to put up here. So until then, this has been Warlock Boo. I hope to be spooking y'all later. Bye.
Audio Jungle.